How amazed are you that you guys won that game, and how meaningful is it in the context of all you've been through the last few days and weeks?
Because of what I'm gonna go back to that day that Clay went down, and then just being able to come back yesterday and win a really good baseball game, and then today when we didn't play our best, and you get down, and for us to just continue to fight, and for Tyrone to come through there, is just special. A lot of people contributing, but again, it was just too good to see the guys fight back and staying on the fight. It's just a good feeling right now.
Did you have any inkling that was a particularly good matchup for Taylor, or what did you see from him that allowed him to put that swing on it?
The previous two at bats, I mean, he hit two rockets, and it didn't go his way. So it's been hard for him. It's been a tough stretch for him, and I saw a lot of the guys go up to him after the second one. It's like, keep going. Like that's a really good sign of teammates, picking up their guy. And sure enough, he goes out there and puts together a really good at bat against a tough right-handed pitcher. So good to see that, and we're gonna need all of those guys.
Tony,
you guys hadn't won a game that you were trailing after 8 innings since 2024. Just what kind of a weight off your shoulders did that feel like?
That's impressive, right? That's hard to do. Yeah, look, man, just baseball is hard to explain at times. But now, we continue to come back in games. We get down early. We show the whole homestand. We get down. We get punched in the face. We get back up. And today was a perfect example when, like I said, we didn't play our best game, and we still are able to, shake hands at the end. I mean, whether it's, get that off your shoulder or not, I think the most important part is that we're winning games and we're winning series. It was a good homestand.
Dan.
What was your message to Williams when you went out there for that Wells at bat?
It was just more of the strategy with the whole infield, going over potential scenarios, like ground balls hit here or there, how hard, how tough, like if they run, where was the play that, like there was like a lot of different scenarios there that, I wanted the guys to just be prepared there. And Devin executed, got the ground ball, and Mark was ready to, react, whatever the ball took him. And we ended up completing the play there.
Dave.
Carlos, you guys have kind of maintained, believing to come back and dig out of the hole that you've been in. But if there was ever a series that would give you that feeling, was it this one just because of the opponent and the way you guys won? And even like you mentioned in losing Clay, like you did.
I mean, we know that we got to start playing better, period. It's been rough. It's been, but that's in the past. Now all we know, all we can control is every game, every series, the mentality of winning series. And we did that this homestand, and we got to continue to do it. There's long ways to go, but it's important for us to just continue to carry that momentum and just take it one day at a time, and the mentality to win series moving forward.
John.
Along those lines, could this type of series, this type of game, have a carryover effect? Can it trigger something more, you think? Or
it goes both ways. You lose a tough one, and then you show up the next day, and it's a new day, it's a new game. We're professionals here, and we got the ability to, turn the page. But yeah, there's definitely some momentum, especially for some of the guys they've been going through a rough stretch. Whether it's a Tyrone Taylor, Sean Manaea today. It was even though it wasn't pretty when he first got in the game, he got the job done today. There was a lot of good things out of Sean today. But so not only we're winning games, but we're getting contribution from guys that have been struggling, and that's what it's going to take. Guys, doing their job and helping the team win baseball games.
Mike.
Carlos, can you talk about the quality of at-bats from Benj and Ewing, especially late in the game and against lefties?
That's a good point there, because they're staying in the fight. They're not trying to do too much. They're taking pitches. They're putting together some good swings. They're putting the ball in play. That matchup there, with Hill, we know he's a ground ball machine. And he's a tough left on left. But the game is calling for putting the ball in play, and that's what Carson did there. With AJ getting the bunt down on a tough left on left, credit to player development in here, that is preparing these guys to come up here and execute when, the game's on the line, on a tough matchup. So, but overall, their at-bats have been amazing. Left on left, taking what the game is giving them, going the other way, driving the baseball. So it's pretty impressive from those guys.
Jerry.
Carlos, Aaron used his entire bench in that 6th inning, and then he used all his high leverage relievers. What's it mean to you guys to win a game when they threw their best at you and you still came out on top?
Yeah, we knew that was a possibility. You bring Sean in there, and they got the couple of righties. There was a lot of different ways that Aaron could have gone, and he went his way in that time. But again, Sean kept going, kept us in there, and we were able to get to their high leverage. Bednar is not an easy matchup, and Carson got us going there. Bo getting that ball up the middle. Juan, getting down the line, avoiding the double play, keeping the inning alive, and it allows Tyrone. But, yeah, I mean, you're playing good teams, and it's going to take a lot, and everyone in that room. And it was just good to see that we got the job done.
Dave.
You overcame a drop ball the other night, Carlos, and then with Bichette's, what did you see from that? That was another crazy.
Yeah, routine ball. He kept drifting, and dropped it. So, yeah, we didn't play our best today, and I'm glad that we got the job done.
Joe.
Just what do you think contributed to Freddie's control issues today?
He didn't have the fastball command at all. It was a battle for him. I'm glad that he was able to find that slider in the middle innings, but he just didn't have the fastball command, and it was hard, especially when you're facing a lineup like that. They're going to control the strike zone, and you're going to have to beat him in the strike zone. And we didn't do that. And but he battled, went out there for the 6, but those 2 walks at the beginning of that inning ended up costing us.